Good evening, welcome to South Asia Newsline. I'm Vishakha Ratan. Here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Friday, the 18th of May. One security personnel, 4 civilians killed in Pakistan firing in India's Jammu and Kashmir. US backs India on Mumbai terror attack, calls Hafiz Saeed tremendous concern. And Muslims in India offer prayers on first Friday of Ramadan. And now for all the details. 1 security personnel and 4 civilians were killed as Pakistani troops resorted to ceasefire violation along the border in India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province on Friday. There has been a spate of ceasefire violations along the border by Pakistan this month. A constable of India's Border Security Force or BSF and 4 civilians were killed when Pakistan resorted to ceasefire violation along the border in Jammu district of India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province on Friday. The BSF constable, identified as 27-year-old Sita Upadhyay of the 192 Battalion, was hit by fire in Jammu area during midnight. He was shifted to Government Medical College in Jammu, where he was declared brought dead. Meanwhile, the 4 civilians who received splinter injuries also succumbed to their injuries in Araspura and Arnia sectors of Jammu district.
BSF का जवान जो है रात को एक 192 बटालियन के जवान के जख्मी होने का इंफॉर्मेशन आई थी करीब रात को 12 के 1 बजे और बाद में पता चला कि वो शहीद हो गया है और उसके बाद ही BSF ने यहाँ से उनकी सीज़फायर वायलेशन का जवाब देना शुरू किया.
The troops of arch rivals India and Pakistan intermittently exchanged fire at the line of control despite an agreement in 2003 that a ceasefire should be observed along the working boundary. There have been some 100 incidents of cross-border firing between India and Pakistan so far this year. Both New Delhi and Islamabad blame each other for resorting to unprovoked firings. The United States on Thursday said that 26/11 Mumbai terror attack mastermind Hafiz Saeed is a tremendous concern to Washington. A spokesperson for the US State Department made the remarks while commenting on former Pakistan Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif's recent statement on the 2008 Mumbai terror attacks.
The US State Department said on Thursday that Lashkar-e-Taiba or LET founder and 26/11 Mumbai terror attack mastermind Hafiz Saeed is a tremendous concern to Washington. A spokesperson for the State Department made the statement while responding to former Pakistan Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif's recent remarks on the 2008 Mumbai terror attacks. While backing India on the 2008 terror attacks, she hailed the strong relationship between India and US.
And those would be our concerns about the mastermind behind the 2008 Mumbai attacks. And he's a Lashkar-e-Taiba guy who was being held in Pakistan, and he was eventually let out on house arrest. And we have a reward out for, I believe it's for his arrest. Not information leading to his arrest, but his arrest. I don't recall off the top of my head the award amount, but that person out in the open is a tremendous concern to the United States.
Sharif, in an interview to Pakistan Daily Dawn last week, said militant organizations were growing in Pakistan and non-state actors were responsible for the series of coordinated attacks in Mumbai. His remarks were immediately picked up by Indian media, which termed his statement as a confession of Pakistan's role in the Mumbai terror attacks. India has long accused Pakistan of sponsoring the 2008 Mumbai attacks, which killed 166 persons through Lashkar-e-Taiba or LET militant outfit.
In news from Pakistan, huge queues are being witnessed outside food stalls selling hot snacks across Pakistan as the holy month of Ramadan has started. During Ramadan, Muslims across the world observe fast during the day and feast with their families and friends after sunset. Food stalls and snack shops across Pakistan were overflowing with customers buying samosas, pakoras and jalebi to eat after breaking their fast on Thursday, the first day of Ramadan in the country. Huge queues start forming outside every food shop and stall, and the rush of customers continues for the last moments before the call for iftar. Iftar is traditionally a time when Muslims break their fast at dusk and feast with family and friends, and tables are usually laden with tasty snacks at sunset. Thousands of samosa stalls spring up during Ramadan in every Pakistani village, town and city. Another Ramadan staple in Pakistan is jalebi, a sweet pretzel made from fried batter that is dyed bright orange with food coloring and soaked in sugar syrup.
रौनक है, पूरे मरकज़ में रौनक है। मैं यहीं पे रहता हूँ अल मुस्तफ़ा टावर्स में, तो काफ़ी रौनक लग रही है और यही रौनकों का महीना है यार। तो ज़ाहिर सी बात है, ये रमज़ान एक महीना साल में एक ही दफ़ा आता है और साल में रौनक एक महीने में ही चलती रहती है।
With a population of about 208 million, Pakistan is the sixth most populous country in the world and has the second largest Muslim population after Indonesia. Throughout the fasting months, devout Muslims abstain from food, drink and sexual activities during daylight hours. In news from Afghanistan, Commander of the US forces in Afghanistan, General John Nicholson, recently said the Afghan security forces are not just fighting for their country, but are also fighting on behalf of all humanity against international terrorism. Nicholson, while making the remarks, also assured Washington's support to Afghan forces in the fight against terrorism.
Top US Forces Commander in Afghanistan, General John Nicholson, said recently the Afghan National Defense and Security Forces are not just fighting for Afghanistan, but also fighting on behalf of all humanity against international terrorism. Nicholson made the remarks in a video recording on the first day of holy month of Ramadan, where he asked the terror group Taliban to accept Afghan government's peace offer and make a better future for their children. He further said the US and its allies are fighting against terrorists for peace, stability and freedom in Afghanistan and assured support to the Afghan government.
Your national defense and security forces are defending your
نیروهای امنیتی و دفاعی شما از سراسر این کشور دفاع می‌کنند و برای صلح می‌رزمند. این زنان و مردان دلیر قهرمانان راستین ملت شما هستند که جانهایشان را نه تنها برای امنیت این کشور بل به امنیت بشریت فدا می‌کنند و با هراس افغانان جهانی می‌رزمند.
Meanwhile, President Ashraf Ghani, in a message on Ramadan, called on the Taliban not to create fear and insecurity in the country. Afghanistan early this year held a peace conference to pave the way forward to get the Taliban to denounce violence and enter into purposeful peace negotiations with the government. But even after about 3 months of the government's peace offer, the group has not given a positive response to it so far.
Moving on to news from Nepal, the chairman of the newly formed Nepal Communist Party, Pushpa Kamal Dahal, has said that the unification between CPN-UML and CPN-Maoist Centre is like forming water by combining hydrogen and oxygen, and that they cannot be separated once water is formed.
Nepal Communist Party or NCP chairman Pushpa Kamal Dahal had said the unification between CPN-UML and CPN-Maoist Centre is like forming water by combining hydrogen and oxygen. While formally announcing the party merger on Thursday, Dahal said the unification between the parties is like forming water and that hydrogen and oxygen cannot be separated once they turn into water. He said that the new party will work for stability, development and prosperity for people. The breakthrough deal came after a meeting between Nepalese Prime Minister and UML Chairman KP Sharma Oli and Maoist Centre Chairman Pushpa Kamal Dahal on Wednesday. The Left Alliance had fought the elections together with the promise of merging the two parties and forming a single communist bloc in Nepal. The Left Alliance secured a landslide victory in the recently held parliamentary and provincial polls in Nepal, after which KP Sharma Oli was sworn in as the Prime Minister.
With the help of Indian Embassy, authorities in Palpa district of Nepal have come to rescue the dreams of differently able students who want education. An institute which initially suffered to manage the flow of students due to lack of infrastructure is now hosting over 1,000 students in a session offering classes up to post-graduation to them.
It was hard for the differently able students of Palpa district in western Nepal to go to educational institutions before, but a college Tansen multiple campus is now fulfilling their dream. Initially, due to the lack of infrastructure, authorities were not able to manage the immense flow of students at the campus, but now it hosts over 1,000 students offering classes up to post-graduation. The institute has now successfully achieved their plans after getting donation from the Indian Embassy.
म त्योभन्दा अगाडि थोरै यो क्याम्पसको बारेमा भन्न चाहन्छु 47 सालमा यो पाल्पा जिल्लाकै पहिलो सामुदायिक क्याम्पसको रूपमा यो क्याम्पस स्थापना भएको थियो लामो समयदेखि विद्यार्थीको चापहरू हामी कहाँ भइरहेको थियो तर हामी आफ्नो भवनको अभावमा विभिन्न ठाउँहरुमा स्कुलमा भाडामा लिएर कहिले कहाँ सर्दै भौतारिरहेका थियौं यसै सन्दर्भमा हामीलाई भारतीय सहयोगमा यस किसिमको शिक्षाहरू प्रदान गर्ने संस्थाहरूलाई सहयोग हुन्छ.
With the addition of the latest infrastructure, the flow of students in the college has increased gradually, leading to a rise in the access to the education in the district. An estimated 500 students have completed their post-graduation degree from the college in the last 7 years.
Scores of farmers, mostly women farmers, are participating in a silk cocoon auction market in India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province. Women from rural areas are taking part in the auction to learn about the silk industry and support their households.
Thousands of farmers, mostly women farmers, are participating in the silk cocoon auction market organized by the Sericulture Development Department of India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province. The auction market began in Udhampur district of the province on 7th May and will conclude on the 3rd of June. Women from rural areas are taking part in the auction to learn about the silk industry and support their households.
हम एक काम करते हैं ये रेशमी मलबे जो होते हैं ये रखते हैं और हमें इसी में फायदे भी होते हैं इसलिए ये काम सब लेडीज को करना चाहिए और सारे काम करेंगे तो मिल बांध के करेंगे तो हमें घर का खर्चा भी चलेगा और हमारे घर की थोड़ी शिक्षा भी होएगी तो फायदा होगा हम लोगों को इसमें.
Participation of farmers saw a rise this year as compared to the previous year. Buyers are hoping a positive turnout. During the spring grading, the total income generated through this cocoon auction has been more than $10 million till date.
Muslims in India offered first Friday prayers of Ramadan and observed fast in an atmosphere of fervor and devotion to mark the beginning of the holy month. Muslims spend a great part of the holy month praying and reciting from the holy book Quran. The mosques are thronged by all at prayer times. At the arrival of the holy month of Ramadan, Muslims across India offered their first prayers on Friday and observed fast in complete fervour and devotion. In India's northern Uttar Pradesh province's Moradabad city, Muslims offered Tahrir or first prayers in the wee hours of Friday. Muslims of all age groups gathered to offer prayers on the occasion, after which a special feast is served during dusk to break the fast.
रमज़ान की इम्पोर्टेंस इतनी है कि हम इसके बारे में बयान नहीं कर सकते क्योंकि मुसलमान के लिए अल्लाह ताला ने रमज़ान मुबारक के महीने को एक नेमत के तौर पर उतारा है इसकी बरकतें रहमतें और इसकी जितनी भी तारीफ़ें बयान करें हम बयान नहीं कर सकते ज़ुबान.
Similar scenes were seen in northern Aligarh city where devotees came together early on Friday to offer namaz or prayers. Many expressed excitement at the arrival of Ramadan and said that they would spend the month praying and indulging in charitable activities. Ramadan is a time to detach from worldly pleasures and focus on one's prayers. The fast is intended to bring the faithful closer to God and to remind them of the suffering of those less fortunate.
Well, that's all we have for you from South Asia this evening. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time next week. Have a great weekend. Good night.